What's up, guys? Emperor John Kill 3D Gaming here with another video, and it's official. Star Wars Squadrons, the next game in the Star Wars gaming series from EA, is Squadrons. I know a lot of people were hoping, well, foolishly hoping for a Battlefront 3. You know, if you believe that Battlefront 3 was going to be announced next, then sorry to tell you, but that was very foolish and you fooled yourself. Fallen Order 2 was already announced, but that's going to take time to make. And better they take time than to rush it out. I'd rather see a good sequel to that game. But this game is an answer for those who were looking for a starfighter-based experience. Because you have a lot of people that they just prefer the ground combat and that they hated the flight combat in Star Wars Battlefront 2015 and the Star Wars Battlefront 2 2017. But Star Wars is more than just ground and lightsaber combat. It's called Star Wars. Star Wars. Battles take place in space. There is squadrons. You know, there's a big community for starfighter-based games, so you can't exclude them. And I feel bad because, yes, though the same team that's working on it worked on the VR mode for Star Wars Battlefront 2015, and they worked on the space combat modes and the starfighter modes for Battlefront 2, which was a huge improvement over the 2015. The thing they lacked over was a VR mode, but this game is announced to have a VR mode, 5v5 combat, a campaign, and multiplayer. So, but for $40, that's surprising. But it makes me wonder how much content in it. They said there's no microtransactions, which alone should already get people to be excited for it. But you have people out there already naysaying the game, being negative toward it. Like one of the channels that I used to like watching until he got too negative when it came to Star Wars was Swanee Plays Games. He's already negative about Squadrons, but he liked playing starfighter modes and complained about the starfighter modes not having more put to them in Battlefront 2. So you can see the hypocrisy there. That's why nobody takes him seriously. Anyway, Battlefront 2's starfighter mode is made by the same team. And it all begs the question, will this game live up to the Rogue Squadron trilogy, or the duology of Jedi Starfighter and Star Wars Starfighter? I know I said those backwards because Starfighter was first and Jedi Starfighter was second, but you overall understand what I'm trying to say. I'm looking forward to a Star Wars flight combat simulator. I am. I really did like the Starfighter games. I did like the Starfighter modes in Battlefront 2. I'd play them, maybe not in live streams because a lot of people prefer to see ground combat, but I did like those modes nonetheless. Now, a whole game devoted to just that gives you more time to flesh out the controls, ship customizations. There's a lot of things that can be done. There's different types of ships. And I want to clear up a misconception. A lot of people are saying, oh, since they're misconstruing that it's original trilogy only. No, it takes place, by my understanding of what's been said about the game, it takes place after the Battle of Endor, which is the New Republic era. So the era of the New Republic. So being set after the fall of the Empire with the war, like a squadron space battles with the Imperial Remnant, that is no longer considered the OT era. It's the New Republic era. So just wanted to clear up that misconception. We don't have a lot of information that shows us. We don't have any games that take place during this New Republic time period. We have a lot of comics and books like Star Wars Bloodlines with Leia that takes place in this period. But we have no games set in this period. So a Starfighter game that would help segue people into that time period, which is a 30-year gap between episodes 6 and 7, I think would be very fun. You know, it gives more variety to the recent Star Wars games. We've had 2 open-scale multiplayer war games. We've had 1 action-adventure game. So that's just 2 genres that were covered, multiplayer and single-player. So now a flight simulator is what I think should be opened and looked closely and given more attention, because the Star Wars community, gaming community, is huge. You know, there's different types of gamers that want different styles. So I feel that it's only fair that we should have a flight simulator in between now and probably Fallen Order 2, because we've already had 2 Battlefront games and Fallen Order. So 3 games for 2 demographics, that, because you can be a single player gamer and also play multiplayer, and you can also be a multiplayer gamer that just enjoys single player as well. So what people felt that was subpar about the Battlefront 2 story mode gravitated highly to the excellent story of Fallen Order 2. And a Squadrons game doesn't need to have a complex story. It just needs to be a fun, action-packed, an interesting story, depending on what kind of pilot we're playing as. Will we get ship customizations in this campaign? You can guarantee it for multiplayer. Will there be offline modes for people? There's a lot of things that we don't know yet about this game, so we're just going off the bare gist of that there will be a campaign, there will be no microtransactions, there will be ship customization, there'll be 5v5 multiplayer, and what will the areas look like? Like, the only person that said there's one area, which obviously, again, Swanee Plays Games says, oh, there's only one area in the game. When I saw Twitter saying, somebody asking, one of the developers or somebody getting insight or saying that there'll be more than just simple areas than people think. It'll be much more open, there'll be much more bigger arenas. So you hear the keyword arenas. And if they can keep the style of free DLC updates like they have done with Battlefront 2, this game could do well. And I think it should be given notice. By doing this, by giving this game notice, you're also proving that people still want Star Wars games. Because right now, EA and the fans are still 50-50, because when it came, despite Battlefront 2 redeeming itself, which it did, I already foresaw that was going to happen. You know, as Palpatine says, everything has proceeded as I have foreseen. So that qualifies me to talk about it, since I have this whole Emperor persona. But that's besides the point. Anyway, Star Wars Squadrons, what do you think? Do you think, for the value, what they've announced so far in the game, does it meet your $40 price range of what you feel should be in the game? Has any of what you've heard excites you? Did what you see in the trailer excite you? And I heard that it's going to be first person only. I very much doubt that. Maybe first person only in VR. But I guarantee people are going to want multiple perspectives. You know, they're going to want third person, first person. You know, they're not going to just disinclude that. It's highly unlikely. But only time will tell when we get a gameplay trailer later in the next few months. Anyway, this is Emperor John Kill 3D Gaming here. That's all I got to say about Star Wars Squadrons. Are you excited? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, or leave me a hypothetical like. I'll take it. See you guys later.